Good day, learners. Maayo na aga. I am Teacher Ronel, and I am your teacher in Statistics and Probability. In this video, I will guide you in your statistics and probability lessons. The focus of this video is about hypothesis testing, and join me in understanding the different concepts along hypothesis testing that you can use in the succeeding topics. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. This shall serve as support learning material to maximize or improve learners' performance in statistics and probability. No copyright infringement is intended. Borrowed materials, music, pictures, brand names, trademarks, etc. included in this video are owned by the respective copyright holders. The author do not represent nor claim ownership over them. The learning competency or the target of this video: the learner illustrates a null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, level of significance, rejection region, and types of errors in hypothesis testing. Now, let us first define, or better, if we know what hypothesis testing is. Hypothesis testing is a statistical method applied in making decisions using experimental data. It is basically testing an assumption that we make about the population. So it is very clear that when we talk about hypothesis testing, it involves a statistical method and it is used for decision making. One of the terms that you should know under hypothesis testing is, of course, the hypothesis. Hypothesis is a proposed explanation, assertion, or assumption about a population parameter or about the distribution of a random variable. So it is very clear that when I say hypothesis, it is an assertion or assumption about a given or about a population parameter. We have two types of hypothesis. The first one is the null hypothesis. So, ano ba ang null hypothesis? Ang null hypothesis is an initial claim based on previous analysis which the researcher tries to disprove, reject, or nullify. It shows no significant difference between two parameters. So, take note of this. It shows no significant difference between two parameters, and it is denoted by H subscript 0. Another type of hypothesis is an alternative hypothesis. So alternative hypothesis, in contrary to the null hypothesis, which shows that observations are the result of a real effect, it is denoted by its subscript A. So, ibig sabihin, in short, alternate hypothesis contrary to the null hypothesis. And it shows that the observation are the result of a real effect. Understand null and alternative hypothesis, let us have this example. This school record claims that the mean score in math of incoming grade 11 students is 81. The teacher wishes to find out if the claim is true. She tests if there is a significant difference between the batch mean score and the mean score of students in her class. So now let us conceptualize an alternative or the null and alternative hypothesis. Now these are possible null and alternative hypotheses out of the given situation in the previous slide. First, the null hypothesis could be the mean score of the incoming grade 11 students is 81, or the population mean is equal to 81. So this could be the null hypothesis of the given situation. And the alternative hypothesis is the mean score of the incoming grade 11 students is not 81, or the population mean is not equal to 81. So it is uh, clear na in the null hypothesis, the population mean is equal to 81, and in contrary, the alternative hypothesis, the population mean is not equal to 81. There's another example of null and alternative hypothesis. The situation is the average age of bus drivers in Masbate is 35.5 years. So the null hypothesis is the population mean is equal to 35.5 years, or the mu is equal to 35.5 years. And the alternative hypothesis, the population mean is not equal to 35.5 years. So yan po ang null and alternative hypothesis of the given situation. Now let us have another example of null and alternative hypothesis. So the situation is the average number of calories of low calorie meal is at most 300. So it is at most 300. So the null hypothesis is equal to the population mean is equal to 300 calories, and the alternative hypothesis is the population mean is less than 300 calories. Bakit po less than? Kasi is at most 300 calories. So yan po ang null and alternative hypothesis. Next term that you should be familiar with is the level of significance. So ano nga ba yung level of significance? So this is a picture showing the level of significance. The level of significance denoted by alpha, or alpha refers to the degree of significance in which we accept or reject the null hypothesis. 100% accuracy is not possible in accepting or rejecting a hypothesis. So, it is clear on the definition that alpha is the degree of significance in which we accept or reject the null hypothesis. Next is we should identify the test if one-tailed or two-tailed. Yan po, two-tailed test when the alternative hypothesis is two-sided. It is called two-tailed test. Ano naman po pag one-tailed test? One-tailed test when the given statistics hypothesis assumes a less than or greater than value. It is called one-tailed test. One-tailed pag greater than or less than. Doon naman sa two-tailed test pag not equal. Okay? So yan po ang one-tailed or two-tailed. So let us have this example of one-tailed or two-tailed test. First, the mean height of grade 12 students is less than 66 inches. The standard deviation of their height is not equal to 5 inches. The proportion of senior male students' height is significantly higher than that of senior female students. So let us identify these three given situations if they are one-tailed or two-tailed. First one is a one-tailed test. Bakit po one-tailed test? Since the term used is less than 66 inches. Kaya po siya one-tailed test. Ito po, less than 66 inches. Number 2, the standard deviation of their height is not equal to 5 inches. Bakit two-tailed test? Kasi ang ginamit na term, not equal to 5 inches. And number 3, one-tailed test, since ang ginamit po na term, higher than that. The proportion of senior male students' height is significantly higher than that of senior female students. Kaya po siya one-tailed test. Now let us have another term which is the rejection region. Ano nga ba ang rejection region? Okay. So ito po yung figure or ito yung normal distribution. So makikita natin asan yung rejection region. Ito po yung rejection region. Itong shaded part, this is the rejection region part. And this is the rejection region part. If two-tailed test po, magkabilaan, merong rejection region. Pag one-tailed, it could be left or right. So ano nga ba ang rejection region? Rejection region, the rejection region or the critical region is the set of all values of the test statistic that causes us to reject the null hypothesis. So, ibig sabihin, in short, pag ang test statistic falls in the rejection region, then we reject the null hypothesis. So, pag nasa rejection region siya, ibig sabihin, we reject the null hypothesis. If the observed test statistic is in the rejection region, then we reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. So ito po yung gamit ng rejection region. Kung merong rejection region, we also have the non-rejection region. Ano nga ba ang non-rejection region? So in this picture po shown, ito po yung sa gitna, siya po ang non-rejection region. Sa gilid, itong shaded area, ito po yung rejection region. Ano nga ba ang non-rejection region? So, ang non-rejection region or the acceptance region is the set of all values of the test statistic that causes us to fail to reject the null hypothesis. So, ibig sabihin, if the observed test statistic is in the non-rejection region, then we accept the null hypothesis. Kaya po siya acceptance region kasi pag andon ang test statistic, ang value ng test statistic is nasa non-rejection region, so ang gagawin po natin or ang decision natin is to accept the null hypothesis. Another term is the critical value. Ano po yung critical value? Yung critical value, ito po as shown in the figure, ito po yung critical value, ito po yung line. Yan po yung critical value. By definition, ano nga ba ang critical value? The critical value is a point, boundary on the test distribution that is compared to the test statistic to determine if the null hypothesis would be rejected. So, ibig sabihin, in a clear view, halos ang critical value, siya yung nagse-separate from rejection region and non-rejection region. Siya din ang siyang boundary ng rejection region at non-rejection region. And it is a boundary that is compared to the test statistic to determine if we are going to reject or accept the null hypothesis. So yan po ang critical value. Saan po nanggagaling yung critical value? So yung critical value is nanggagaling po to sa table or sa table, no? Ito yung kinukuha natin doon sa t-distribution. Okay po? So yan po ang critical value. Next po, term that we need to learn under hypothesis testing is the type of errors. We have the type 1 error. Ano nga ba yung type 1 error? Or kailan nangyayari ang type 1 error in hypothesis testing? Nangyayari po ang type 1 error if rejecting the null hypothesis when it is true is called a type 1 error with a probability denoted by alpha. So it is very clear that if we reject the null hypothesis when it is true, then we commit type 1 error. So, lagi lang tandaan, rejecting the null hypothesis when it is true, then it is called a type 1 error. So, in this in this figure po, in this figure, or in this picture, makikita natin ito yung type 1 error. We reject the null hypothesis when it is true. True kasi siya, tapos reject. So, ni-reject natin type 1 error. Next po is type 2 error. Kailan nangyayari naman ang type 2 error? So, the same figure pa din ang bibigay natin, pero when ang type 2 error nangyayari? Accepting the null hypothesis when it is false is called a type 2 error with probability denoted by beta. So, kailan nangyayari ang type 2 error? If we accept the null hypothesis when it is false. So, andito siya, false ang null hypothesis pero inaccept natin. So, accepting a null hypothesis when it is false is a type 2 error. So, yan po ang type 1 and type 2 error. To better understand type of errors, let us have this example. Let us identify if it is type 1, type 2, or a correct decision. The situation is, if Sophia finds out that her null hypothesis is true and she fails to reject it, then she commits a blank. So, pag true, and then she fails to reject it, or in short, true, and then inaccept niya, ibig sabihin, ang nakommit niya ay correct decision. Pangalawa, true and she rejects it, then she commit a totoo or true, and then nireject niya, ang nakommit niya ay type 1 error. So, dito nangyayari ang type 1 error. True and then rejected, type 1 error po yon. Next po, false and she fails to reject it, then she commits a type 2 error. So, ibig sabihin, false, she fails to reject it, therefore, inaccept niya, false and then accepted, it's a type 2 error. Another example, false and she rejects it, then she commits a blank. False and nireject niya, correct decision. So, tama po ang decision niya na nireject niya kasi false. Okay po? So, I hope that you were able to catch up or nakuha ninyo kung ano yung type 1, type 2, and a correct decision. Okay, that's the end of this video about hypothesis testing. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something. If you have queries on this topic, please ask me personally during our classroom interaction or message me through my messenger account. Keep learning. This is Sir Ronel, your teacher in statistics and probability.